Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so we were discussing about detached work. So we were seeing that how if we are attached, then we reduced from brahmachari to karmachari only. Because in our temple also, there are so many people working. Some stay in brahmachari Gurukul room, and some stay in Ruya Park. Ruya Park is one nearby building, which is also temple has taken on rent. So majority of our drivers and other workers, they stay there, kitchen cooks and things like that. So they also are in temple whole day. We are also whole day. They are also doing service. We are also doing service. And they also attend programs. We also attend programs. So then what is the difference between somebody is serving in kitchen? Both are serving in kitchen. Cook also is serving in kitchen, and one brahmachari also is serving in kitchen. So for external thing, both are doing the same service, same time. The profile is same only. But then brahmachari differs from karmachari in many things. So we are seeing here that the problem is, if you go and see the life of karmachari, you will find that much of their time goes talking to each other about what? Krishna consciousness? Ah, बेसिकली मनी. बहुत आजकल बहुत जॉब कर रहे हैं, और महंगाई बहुत बढ़ गया है, और ये कितने साल से हमारा प्रमोशन नहीं हुआ है, सैलरी बढ़ा नहीं है. तो यू विल फाइंड दैट देयर मेन टॉक इज़ दैट ओनली. They are talking here, there, like that. So it is very important to understand that there are two mindset. One is karmachari mindset, one other is brahmachari mindset. So if we are attached to the fruit of that activity, they are working very hard in kitchen. Why? Because they are attached to 20,000 rupees at end of the month, or they are attached to the accommodation given by temple. They don't want to leave that. So that's why we have to understand that specifically when we are serving in temple, in practicing Krishna consciousness, to the degree we become very official, to the degree we become like, our consciousness also becomes very official type of consciousness, then we miss out one of the most important aspect of the Krishna consciousness itself. That Krishna consciousness is based on surrendering, offering ourselves to Krishna, depending on Krishna's mercy. That goes away, which is actually the forefront of when we are practicing Krishna consciousness as a brahmachari. So, just to make it very clear, we are again doing one comparison by which we'll be able to understand it more nicely, that what is brahmachari or the detached worker's consciousness, and what is the consciousness of a karmachari who is attached fruitive worker, like that. So ये है क्या? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So when we are taking those two mindset, one example was told here of service without attached to the result. First example was given by somebody gave. In this world, if you have to see selfless work, yeah. And then if you have to see that similar work like mother also is done by Aya. Aya, na? Huh? Okay, caretaker. So, sorry. Oh. So now we can, I need two devotees. One can write here, one can write here. Huh? Okay, so what we are writing is what is the mindset of mother when she is serving a child, and then there we are writing what is the mindset when she is also working very hard, but then how she thinks, how she works, how she behaves while doing all that things. Who would like to tell first point? For whom? For the child. Yeah, so okay. She works with a duty. Okay. Okay. Selfless, selfish. Okay. Okay. Mother's job is 24 by 7 job. And shift wise. Huh? 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 And what about that? They are also responsible. Okay. Okay. Fully responsible. They can say that, okay, my job is, time is over. So now even if the child is crying, I have nothing to do. They can just leave because they, 5 o'clock. Huh? Okay. What else? Okay. 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 So mother, because she loves, she takes care of all the details. And then Aya may just do the formality. Ah, okay. What else? Huh? Okay, that is 2 by 24 by 7. What else? Huh? Okay. Mother never complains. Ah. Aya? Okay. So mother is concerned about child in terms of his development. Aya is not concerned. She's, when she's paid, then she may do the job, but not. Okay. 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 Shreyas and Prayas. Okay. What else? Okay. Mother happily does the seva. Even sometimes extending, she is happy. And ninth is happily disposable. Ninth. Huh? Yeah. What? Okay. No, write it. Write it. Keep it. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so that is seventh. Concerned about child. Overall, like its success, failure, whatever. What else? 10th. Okay. Okay, see, it's concern. That's what about that. 9. Okay. No other motive. What else? Physical. Okay. Huh? Yeah, so mother may take the responsibility of the child now, later, at all the stages. Aya doesn't take the responsibility. Okay. Ah. Huh? So she takes the responsibility of all the consequences, glory, she shares everything. मार सकते हैं मार सकते हैं ओके हाँ ओके ओके कंडीशनल कंडीशनल ड्यूटी हाँ so mother job is unconditional. Mother doesn't serve that only in when my health is good, that only. Yeah. So yeah. Anything? Yeah. Yeah. The loyalty or the uh, she's uh, she's loyally serving the same child, but then Aya may change the child every month also. So like that. With fruit change, she may change the service also like that. Okay, thank you. You can sit now. So now we can see that how many aspects here out of this 11 we as a brahmachari fit in. Whether we fit that side, green side or saffron side, like that. Huh? So we can see that the way the mother is ready to extend with all the odds, she her service is not with condition that when this is there, then her service goes, or she takes the full responsibility, not partial responsibility. So when we are serving in brahmachari ashram, we can see that we will be able to happily stay in brahmachari ashram if you have the mindset of mother, if you have a mindset of uh, caretaker, then very soon that will hit back, because he has a mindset of worker, then surely he will end up doing work only. But then if we have a mindset like mother, then that continues, that ashram life goes very smooth like that. Okay. So now, any questions? Yes.
Means by this we can understand that we are supposed to be like mother, but many a time in scenario it becomes like that we know we are supposed to be like mother, but the circumstances is created in such a way that we have to act like workers. So means it's like we know it is supposed to be done like this. Means some things are there where uh, clarity is there, like it should be happen like this or something, but over like we don't have that influence, or we don't have that things means in our hand to do. So we just it's like knowingly we can't do anything, something happens like that. So even though we may want to become like but we have to become
Can you give some example?
like example, okay, simple kitchen example. So prasadam is let us say every day is getting wasted, which is like some more than 20-30%. 5-10% can understand, like okay something, but more than 30-40% it is every day wasted. So like we know it is like not supposed to be happen, but we are not in a position to do something for that. And the person who are in that position, they are not able to do that. Means like, so although we have that uh, desire, but we can't do anything. Basically it's just you have to see only, just watch and do.
Yeah. So that doesn't shift us from here to there. That is because of the capacity. So mother also sometimes is put in situation where she is bound by the capacity. For example, mother doesn't have, like home doesn't have money only. So they want to put a child in school, but they have not that much. So then what can she do? So we are mostly talking about the mentality, and then different situations, different approach in taking uh, initiative, or in terms of how exactly you serve, may change. But the mentality is same, that we are trying to do our best and try to make the whole thing as best as possible. So that's how, because ISKCON is very huge, not every of our concern will be taken into consideration, and we should be knowing that. The way we have concerns, there are another 100 people with their 100 concerns. So total 1000 concerns are there. So we should know that my concern may or may not come also in the list. So it's like that.
Roji, there are some things which are means obviously as a spiritual organization there are some things which we can't compromise, like it comes, if we are compromised means it becomes like it's like against the principle of what you call spiritual s- society, something happens like that, then it becomes means externally it looks like it is a spiritual things happening, but ultimately it is like some material thing only. Things happens in that way.
Yeah. No, how the thing is, it's like, because we are staying in home, this is our home, and sometimes the home situation may not be ideal, but then still we stick to the home and try to work on how to make it better than leaving the home. You understand? So, Badrinarayan Maharaj was telling that when he joined Badrinarayan Maharaj, who was there? Yeah, I think Badrinarayan Maharaj only. So, when he joined, then after Prabhupada left, then after Prabhupada left, there was a quite big vacuum, and then till the point all the negative desires and things like that people were still holding on. But after Prabhupada, it became like uh, so then some people started acquiring post position, some people started showing influence and things like that. So when things were going worse in his temple, so he was thinking that I did not join ISKCON for all these things. So then he was confessing to his senior that I think I should go out and just chant Hare Krishna, because Prabhupada has given us everything. So I think I just go out. So his senior told him, he said, if uh, you are staying in one home and then somebody comes, drunkard comes and he starts creating trouble in the home, you don't go out of home, leaving the whole home for drunkard to create more mess. He said, you keep staying there waiting that when this drunkard will go away, or do something by which he will go away. And if you cannot do it, at least you wait there. When he goes back, goes out, then you can again rearrange and things like that. So that is how the devotee should think, that this is Prabhupada's home, and even if it is going off, it is my duty to make it better arranged to whatever my capacities, or just wait for the right time to do that. So yes, sometimes there will be many principles, things which are non-Krishna conscious, not in line, but that doesn't mean that we kind of do some kind of un-Krishna conscious response to that. Un-Krishna conscious response means, first is you just start fighting only without any result positive, or you leave only. So both are not very smart responses. So we intelligently think क्या करना चाहिए, and then that's how we do. Understand?
But he is not in a position to do anything, but he is getting disturbed by all these things. So in that sense, he is basically, he will not be able to practice even seriously, because what happens, his mind is occupied with so many different things. So in that situation, he don't find any solution. Basically, it's like a stuck situation.
Yeah, it may be stuck situation. That's what I am telling, that to the degree we are attached, that this should happen like this only, and we are not telling that what you think that is wrong. You may be saying that this is right principle, but then sometimes it may take time. So like once Prabhupada was in Mayapur, and GBC meetings were going on, and GBC was just formed just few years back, and then Prabhupada used to tell them that okay, this topic is there, you decide among them. And of course, they were like new, and then they were kind of taking some decisions. So, Bhavanand Maharaj was very disturbed with one decision. So, he came rushing to Prabhupada after the GBC meeting. And then he asked Prabhupada that, he said that, Prabhupada, what if the GBC is wrong? Like, now they are taking the. So, then he could understand the mood of that, the whole situation, then because Prabhupada only has told that, okay, GBC is the highest authority, and now he was asking, challenging that what if the GBC is taking wrong decision? What should I do? So he was expecting that, okay, in that case, do something else or something. Prabhupada said, no, in that case also you follow GBC only. So then he looked at Prabhupada that, what are you talking about? So then he asked Prabhupada, but then who will correct GBC? Then Prabhupada became little aggressive. He slammed on the desk. He said, that is not your business. He said, Krishna will do that, not in your terms, in his terms. So he will take care of the GBCs if they are taking wrong decision. They are the top leaders and they are supposed to take proper decisions, proper thing. And if they are not doing it, Krishna will take care of them. But then, so Prabhupada was telling that Krishna will do whatever is needed through that GBC, or he may punish GBC, or he may change the heart of that GBC or whatever. But Prabhupada was very think that Krishna will do it not by your, he will do on his own terms, not your terms, like that. So sometimes you want change in our term. ये चेंज होना चाहिए जैसा मैं बोल रहा हूँ, और ये चेंज होना चाहिए जब जो मैं डिसाइड करूँ कल ही होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Otherwise we'll get ourselves in big trouble, like that. Yes, please.
उसको सुधारने के लिए प्रयास करना चाहिए, ना कि छोड़ के जाने के लिए. तो कल आपने जैसे बताए थे जयदूत साहब महाराज जी का, तो घर पे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है अकॉर्डिंग टू द कीर्तन स्टैंडर्ड, अगर कोई गा नहीं रहा है तो महाराज ने पहले प्रयास किया, बट अभी क्या है वो जगह ही छोड़ के जाते हैं, फिर मतलब पूरा घर नहीं छोड़ रहे, मतलब वो रूम छोड़ के जा रहे. तो फिर कैसे मतलब थोड़ा मैच नहीं हो रहा है माइंड में थोड़ा.
No, he is just kind of, when he leaves, that gives more strong impression on people than being there and telling, ऐसा मत करो. You understand? हाँ? No, उससे कुछ चेंज तो होगा. अभी कोई ऐसा गा रहा है और अगर उसको थोड़ा भी शर्म होगा कि मेरे रॉन्ग ट्यून के कारण महाराज चले गए, थोड़ा शर्म होगा तो वो नहीं करेगा. बाकी जिसको शर्म नहीं हो तो वो तो क्या कर सकते उसको. हाँ, तो yes,
Hare Krishna. So I was just going through these points. So as a brahmachari, naturally while preaching, especially to IYF students, we are like happily serving, or with love, selfless, unconditional attitude, we are serving them. The point came when it comes to the fourth point, that it's fully responsible. Okay. So now two things might happen in this case, that if I am fully responsible for cultivation of any child or like a boy, most of the time, like previous topic ours, I might get particularly attached, or I might expect something which is not in his capacity to fulfill. Okay, because, and I will force him that I am fully responsible for your devotional service, because I've seen in some cases that authority, he says, no, I am fully responsible for your devotional service, so what I say you should do it, because you are under me serving. So that might happen. Or second, if I say I'm not fully responsible, like in right now in this scenario, I might give lecture, but somebody else is there who is like catching that child when he's coming for darshan. Then somebody is taking follow-up so that he can come to the classes. Then after classes, somebody is giving his personal time to that person. So I'm not fully responsible. So what will happen if I'm not fully responsible? I might go into this attitude that partially I am responsible. So I will work as a karmachari. Then there will be like a duty platform, and I will just do some kind of a formality kind of thing. So how to balance between both? That if I am fully responsible, I will not get attached, and simultaneously if I am not fully responsible, then how to, you know, get rid of this karmachari attitude also.
Yeah, so uh, for example, you are helping some boy, and then that boy is um, not tuned in with you, then taking full responsibility doesn't mean that उसको पूरा मार पीट के इट्स लाइक गन पॉइंट पे बोलो कि करना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि मैं फुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लिया है. टेकिंग फुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मीन्स आई want to serve him all the time to my capacity. You don't expect him to be obedient to you fully. That is not. So there is a difference of taking full responsibility. I am his servant fully. He may or may not be. That freedom you give to him. So that means even if he doesn't want to be with me and he wants to go to with somebody, I allow that, still being responsible for him and then doing best in my capacity whatever I can. So in that sense you keep your responsibility full only. That doesn't become less. So for example, somebody is with you and now he doesn't want to be with you and then he has gone somewhere else, but you keep the same touch. So you are taking the full responsibility. So in that sense, we are taking full responsibility. We don't bound him to take our guidance. Another thing is, because this is personal feelings. These are not the things which are imposing on others. So it's like that. So when we are taking, that's what the detached way of taking responsibility is. It's not that I take responsibility only when you surrender. So, but then we'll see also that Krishna also, the way he says, "E yatha mam prapandente tam tatheva bhajamyaham." Because we are also limited. If we see that, some people are more keen for whatever we are giving them to accept it, surely we'll give more time for them. That is not a discrimination, but it's a utilization of your time in proper way, like that. So we are not against, we are not demanding, we are not forcing. We are just telling that I am your servant 24/7. So it's like that. Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
इसमें थोड़ा सा क्लैरिफिकेशन था कि ऐसा हम कहते हैं कि
बढ़िया है।
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दोनों का भी रहता है। सो वो सिर्फ गुरु शिष्य के रिलेशनशिप में कहते हैं कि जिसकी हम सेवा कर रहे हैं एज अ काउंसलर और केयर टेकर और केयर गिवर, उनके केस में भी यही रहता है कि भाई दोनों की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। नहीं समझ पाए?
नहीं समझा।
जैसे गुरु शिष्य का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रहता है, शिष्य जो है गुरु को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देता है कि भाई मैं आपके रूल्स रेगुलेशन को फॉलो करूँगा, और गुरु बोलता है कि मैं आपको भगवत धाम लेके जाऊँगा। तो इसमें दोनों का भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। इन द सेम केस काउंसलर इज टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ काउंसली टू ट्रेन हिम इन स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ, गाइड हिम एंड मेक देम फॉलो टू हिज स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर वाउज। और उसी तरीके से काउंसलिंग ने भी ऐसा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना चाहिए कि काउंसलर इज ट्रेनिंग फॉर मी एंड ही इज गाइडिंग मी, सो दैट आई हैव टू फॉलो हिम।
आपको क्या लगता है?
पर्सनली मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वो तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं है काउंसलर का, गुरु का
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है।
हाँ,
कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्चुअली we are duty bound to everybody whoever helps us. So we are indebted. We are indebted to the rishis who has given us knowledge about life. We are indebted to devatas who are giving us facilities to live our life. We are indebted to the society because they are there to support us. We are indebted to mother, father. So what to speak of then counselor? So we are indebted. So we just reciprocate. Okay, so we'll end here our 2 days camp, and we are very happy that all of you came and made this camp very wonderful with wonderful prasad, special feast prasad, and devotees were happy with this nice setting also, peaceful. So many devotees traveled hundreds of kilometers just to come here. So specifically we are very thankful to Vishnu Tattva Prabhu for kind of guiding Manoram Garang Prabhu and कौन था और Dayaram Prabhu. So thank you very much. Riva. Because ours is 2 days, but their whole consciousness is in different zone to see that things are going in proper direction, proper time, like that. So we are very thankful to Vishnu Tattva Prabhu for taking out. उनका हो गया, उनका भी हो गया. So, and thank you to all of you for coming. So now we'll end with Kirtan. Okay. So another thing is, Pawan Putra Prabhu has happily agreed to host Chetan Jeevan Prabhu. He also has agreed to host our next Brahmachari camp in Talasri. Huh? Okay. ठीक है. हरि बोल. So dates will finalize soon. Huh? नहीं, उसमें नहीं है.